Hey guys, welcome to another Worldbox video here on the channel, in the historical events series, where I simulate real wars and events in the game. Today, I'm going to recreate the Franco-Prussian War, a conflict between the French Empire and the Kingdom of Prussia, which is essentially modern-day Germany. Boca-chan, you taught me this. Anyway, soon I'll explain more about this conflict. But well, I downloaded the Renaissance mod, and for those who don't follow me or don't know the mod, it mainly adds muskets and cannons to the game. This will make the war feel more realistic, with bullets, explosions, and gunfire everywhere. Now let's check Wikipedia so I can quickly explain more about this war. At the beginning of the Wikipedia article, I've mentioned some things, but I haven't noted that this war occurred at the end of the 19th century in 1870. And the reasons for this war, guys, there was a sequence of events, the balance of power in Europe, that led to it. For example, the great powers were in the post-Napoleonic Wars period. In the Napoleonic Wars, France and Prussia. Right, they were involved in the fighting as enemies. Another thing that was happening was that Prussia wanted to create the German Empire. This German Empire was a utopia for some generals of the Prussian Chancellor, Otto von Bismarck, to increase their power, expand their territory, and their influence in Europe. They needed more territory to create the German Empire. Otto von Bismarck manipulated a letter that Napoleon III, the ruler of France at the time, sent to King Wilhelm II of Prussia to make the war happen. And that's how the war started. That was the trigger in this case. But anyway, let's go to Worldbox now so we can do this. Well guys, here's the thing. I couldn't find a specific world for us to make France and the Kingdom of Prussia. But there's this map of Europe here, which I found really cool, and we're going to end up using it. But here's the thing. I'm going to make some changes, of course, and I don't want all these countries here. I don't want them to have any influence. They're not going to participate. They're not going to be part of this. So I'm basically going to close all these borders, surround everything here, and define everything properly, so that later we can put humans in, let them develop to simulate France. Simulate Prussia. I'm also going to make Prussia's allies, which were down here. Right, there was Bavaria, and it won't be exactly right, you know, because I'm not very good at geography. I'll try to follow a map, of course, but it'll probably end up a bit wrong, but that's just part of it anyway, and I'm going to use mountains here to close it off. I'll close these parts. Let's start with France. This region needs to be closed off, and these other regions too. I'll close the entire border of France. The good thing about this map here, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to use it, is that it already has the borders kind of defined. The Prussia part isn't, since this is modern Europe and Prussia was very different. But the France part is already quite similar, so we can use it. Now, Prussia will start from here. It will come up to about here, guys. Look, I'll draw it like this. It's definitely going to be pretty wrong, but look, I think we can use it this way. And here it goes like this. Yeah, that's what I could do, guys. And here I'm going to put, look, I'm going to put Bavaria, and next to it, in this part, will be Baden. There were several here at the time. I have this map I'm following, and back then there were many. I also need to close this section up here. Yeah, all right. And now I'm going to put all the humans so they can start building civilizations. I put 3 in each kingdom. Let me check if that's right. 3. All right. I'm going to leave everything related to sea expansion disabled, because I don't want them to expand. Right. Well, now let's do this. Let's put the correct names. France, I'm also going to change the flag to make it blue, right? The color. Blue and green, it can be blue and green. Prussia, it has to be yellow, right? Kingdom of Prussia. Prussia. Here will be Bavaria. What color should Bavaria be again? Well, Bavaria has to be blue and white, and Baden yellow and red. I'll leave it like that. And probably only Bavaria needs to be blue. Exactly, look. Blue and white. Exactly. And red here in Baden. That's right already. And, well, I put some adamantine here for France too, because it's going to be 1 kingdom against 3. And then, when there are 3 kingdoms, they have 3 armies, right? So it's going to be a bit tough for France. So, they needed this adamantine. I'll give a blessing later too. Some power-ups. Otherwise, it gets unbalanced. Then we'll see a slightly fairer war. In the original war, the Kingdom of Prussia won, right? It was a disaster for France. France took a heavy beating. But here in Worldbox, things could be different. Let's see. Let me check the debug menu. Then, I'll turn on Sonic Speed. I'll leave it on to watch their armies. And here, look, I'm going to activate everything, so everything is unlimited. For now, they've just created their territory. Let's see if they get through. I think I closed it properly. I hope it's correct. Look, they didn't get through there or anything like that. Look, the armies have started to appear. See? 7 out of 36. There are 7 soldiers here. Right in here, look. Everyone's got steel gear, well equipped, see? Soon they'll get muskets too since the Renaissance mod is installed. Weapons take a bit longer though. I'll start giving blessings now to make sure everyone is blessed. The Kingdom of Prussia. It's going to grow more than the Kingdom of France. Look, it's already growing more, actually. But the army is smaller. That's a good thing. Oh, hold on. I need to disable this era thing. I don't want it to change eras. Okay, Age of Hope. I'm back already. The French army, right now, it's the strongest by far, see? They have over 200 soldiers. Prussia has about 170. Prussia stopped at 174, it's stuck. France keeps growing to almost 300 soldiers. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Let's wait a bit. They must be almost there. Hold on. Good thing I closed everything here. Somehow the French army got over there. I think they actually went by boat, right? But anyway, look. Well, now I believe it's already pretty developed. Hold on. Let's start taking a look. And look here. Let's see if they already have muskets. No muskets around here, huh? It doesn't seem like anyone here has muskets or any weapons. They have some different swords. Sharp razor blade. That's a sword from the Renaissance mod. It's huge, as you can see. But it seems they haven't developed weapons yet. That's right. I'll wait a bit longer. Let's see if they show up armed around here. Well, guys, I made a quick cut here. And I just noticed that some people are already showing up with a blunderbuss. Here, for example, in the Kingdom of France. Let me see. Here. I found one right here. See? Here too. Look. This golden one. Where else? I don't think there are any more, guys. Here, look. There's another one here. See? Let me click on it. Cannon artillery. They already have some little weapons. And in the other kingdoms, look. Here, look. There's a bazooka here. It looks like the guy has a bazooka, man. A huge trabuco. Yeah, right here. There are also some armed ones. So, like, they've already reached the era of firearms. So there are already people with weapons. That's a red flag for us. Like, actually, not a red flag. Green light, blue light for us to open all the borders and enable diplomacy to begin this war. All right, guys. So let's go. I'm going to start opening all the borders. It's going to look a bit weird. Up there, I didn't even need to open it actually, right? It's more about opening these parts here. Look, these regions where they meet, you know? And I think that's it, right? That's basically it. It looks a bit sus, but that's what we can do. And now I'm going to use the power box to create alliances. Here, look, create alliance. I'll pair Kingdom of Prussia with Bavaria and Bavaria with Baden. I think it's ready. Let me check. Alliance list. Thunder Pact, look. Prussia, Kingdom of Prussia, Bavaria, and Baden. So after that, guys, with these 3 kingdoms allied here, I'm just going to go ahead and hit them with a little rage, and the war is going to start now, guys. It's going to start now. Let's go. It started. Bro, instantly. There are a ton of them coming here, man. Instantly, bro. Look here, Prussia. Look at this, okay? Prussia, France, Baden, archers from France. In huge numbers. Wow, I don't even need to look, man. Here are the red ones. This is Baden. No, this is France. Let me see. This is France. The green areas are France. I don't know why they're green. I made them blue. Well, actually, blue-green. Wow, they're beating everyone. Wait, another army is coming. Things are getting crazy, man. Look at the armed guy here. He's shooting. He's from the Kingdom of Prussia. He's shooting. And here the French are trying to advance. Down here, the French were fighting Bavaria. Look. French against the Bav. I don't even know how to say it. Bavarians, man. It's over, man. Baden was destroyed. It's gone. The Kingdom of Prussia was destroyed. It's gone. Only Bavaria is left, man. Wow, man. But it was a massacre, dude. Hold on, man. Look at this guy's face. Look at the blunderbuss. Look at the blunderbuss. They destroyed it. Damn, man. That was so fast, bro. What the hell, dude? Man, there were over 400 soldiers in France. It ended with 80, right? See, they took a bunch of weapons from the others. They just looted the others. Now they have more weapons than before. Wow, what a mess, man. That was really fast. Look here. There's one boat left from Prussia. Well, anyway, imagine if Napoleon III had done that, man, with Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte would be looking down from heaven thinking, damn. That's my boy. Or grandson, right? Or son, or grandson, or great-grandson. I know what Napoleon III was to Napoleon. I don't even know if they were really related. Anyway, but that's it, guys. Basically, the war was over. I spent the whole video setting up, and the war ended in 2 minutes. That's it. I'm ending the video here. Thanks to everyone who watched. We're in this together.